Welcome. My name is Dr. Dennis Dagnan, Principal of Lincoln Community School. Thank you for joining me for the presentation of Abraham Lincoln's Bicentennial celebration. At this time, I'd like to introduce the dignitaries that were able to join us for this wonderful celebration. Mr. Neil Granowitz, representing Senator Menendez. Mrs. Phyllis Garlick, representing Chairwoman, Hudson County Board of Chosen Freeholders, Doreen D. Domenico. Bayonne Mayor, the Honorable Mark Smith. Assemblyman and Council Member at Large, Mr. Anthony Chiappone. Second Ward Councilman, Mr. John Halecki. Bayonne Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Patricia McGeehan. Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Robert Craig. Curriculum Directors, Ms. Evelyn Taraskowitz, Ms. Joan Rosen, Ms. Rosalie Moran, and Ms. Carol Trodrim. Assistant Director, Anna Malero. PTO President, Margaret Epperson, teachers and students. According to the Bicentennial Commission, Lincoln is commemorated in music, poetry, and sculpture. His words are quoted by poets and politicians. His face appears on stamps, coins, and currency. Mountains, cities, highways, and schools bearing his name dot the land. Since October, the staff and students have been working diligently by writing reports, creating timelines, researching historical events, generating crafts, and creating enjoyable activities, all leading to this interdisciplinary program to commemorate the magnificent contributions of our 16th president on his 200th birthday. President Lincoln felt his most enduring achievement was the Emancipation Proclamation, the one thing that would make people remember that he had lived. By the effort that was put into this program by both staff and students, it is evident that Honest Abe continues to impact and relate to students in the 21st century. Indeed, Lincoln's legacy is most alive in our continuous search for freedom, equality, and opportunity. Now please enjoy the show.
Abraham Lincoln was brave when he he slept in the wilderness as a child with his family. I am like Abraham Lincoln because I have big feet. Abraham Lincoln had very big feet. I am like Abraham Lincoln because I am honest. When Abraham Lincoln was working as a cashier, he gave someone the wrong change. He ran 6 miles to give the correct change. I am like Abraham Lincoln because I want to help people when they're not too scared. Abraham Lincoln helped people when he ended slavery. I'm like Abraham Lincoln because when I grow up, I want to be president. Abraham Lincoln was our 16th president.
my pot of gold, your daddy's little girl, till heaven home.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arch-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Abraham Lincoln was elected as president in 1860. Scholars thought the government was becoming too strong. They did not think the government had the right to tell them how they should live. Scholars felt that the state of the United States worked demanded control them. Some senators take society as their choice. They decided to succeed or leave the United States. They formed a new nation called the Confederate States of the Union.
The northern states were called the Union. President Lincoln said he would fight to keep the southern states as part of the United States. There were Union forts on Confederate land. The Confederates wanted Union soldiers to leave these. In Charleston, South Carolina, there was a Union fort called Fort Sumter. The Union soldiers refused to leave this fort, so the Confederates fired cannons on the fort on April 12, 1861. This was the beginning of the Civil War. Many battles were fought between the North and the South. Fought during the first 3 days of July 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg was one of the most critical battles of the Civil War.
51,000 casualties, which are all the soldiers who were killed, wounded, captured, or missing. Every home and church in Gettysburg was a hospital, and every field and yard held the grave of a soldier hastily dug and filled. To provide a proper burial for the Union dead, local citizens began a project for a national cemetery to be placed at Gettysburg. It was dedicated on November 19, 1863, and featured a short speech by President Lincoln. The President's Gettysburg Address is the best remembered and most revered speech of the Civil War. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived of liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in the great Civil War, testing that whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are men on a great battlefield without war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final rescue as for those that gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in the largest sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hold this ground. The brave men living and dead who serve here have consecrated it. Far above our poor power to add and detract and blow a little note, nor long remember what we see. We can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be here dedicated to the unfinished work which they who fought here thus so globally advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us. That from these honored dead, we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the full last measure of devotion. That we highly resolve that these dead shall not die in vain, and this nation of their God shall be birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people.
The Lincoln legacy begins in the backwoods of Kentucky, where his family instilled him in the life core values that would shape his life and legacy. These values have been handed down to not only a nation, but also to the students of Lincoln Community School. 90 years ago, Lincoln School's cornerstone was laid as a commitment to continue Lincoln's dream of a world that was available to all children in their entire community. Just as Lincoln helped shape the nation to what it is today, so have the students of Lincoln Community Schools, past, present, and future, helped shape the community to what it is today.
Both school officials and students gathered around Lincoln School for the cornerstone laying on October 7, 1919. On the top right-hand side, you will see a picture of construction work that was being done on a new wing and renovation of the original building in 1915.
The only school on the right side of the tracks. Some view Lincoln School as the only school in the city on the other side of the tracks. Then Principal John J. Keller believes it was the only school in the city on the right side of the tracks. Lincoln Community School has a very supportive PTO, faculty, staff, students, and community. This is what makes us a big, happy family.
Mayor Dennis Collins cut the ribbon to signal the official opening of Lincoln Bridge. Lincoln's Bridge is new again, and students celebrate the occasion with a parade at the dedication ceremonies. Not only the students at Lincoln School, but the industries of Constable Hook, the employees of Moppy, and the residents of Bayonne's East Side are happy. Students at Lincoln Community School helped get the bridge constructed through a tireless letter-writing campaign to state officials. Former second-grade teacher at Lincoln School, Patricia McGeehan, also played an important role in this achievement.
Lincoln Community School proved that if you believe, you can achieve. It was the students who, through a tireless letter-writing campaign and a novel reinvention of Lincoln Bridges falling down, convinced the State Department of Transportation to finally rebuild the deteriorating structure. As the lyrics say, the way to school is safer now.
Lincoln's thirst for knowledge began when he was a child. He had to give up his educational pursuits to help support his family full-time at the age of 15. After working hard on the family farm, Lincoln would borrow books to teach himself about the
valuables through his words and his actions. Lincoln did not forget that his late father's estate came out, even though he was not obligated to do so. Though it took 15 years to pay off the debt, Lincoln had the satisfaction of knowing he had done the correct thing. As his political career began to grow and take shape, Abraham had to make hard choices about topics that would affect the country. His choices were always favored by the majority, but we can never waver from his values.
At Lincoln Community School, students learn that it's not always easy to make choices. Students are encouraged to emulate Lincoln's position on integrity and honesty by trying to do their best at all times. We continually practice the values of being honest and showing our integrity to the community by our actions.
The faculty of Lincoln School presented an original play entitled The Clean Sweep to initiate the school's anti-litter campaign. The play presented a sad story of an empty garbage can and a lonely broom. The theme of the program was to give children the message that kids against pollution is the solution.
Today, students continue to take pride in their environment. Twice a year, Lincoln School's 7th and 8th graders work hard and participate in the shoreline cleanup. Every day in school, students are encouraged to recycle. Lincoln Community School also has a variety of clubs and activities to teach students to be successful, positive citizens, and leaders in their community. Every year, members of the Student Council and peer leadership collect items such as clothes, movies, and food to donate back to the community.
When Lincoln was a young man, it was expected for a son or a daughter to remain with the family until the age of 21 before leaving home. Lincoln's responsibility was not only to his family, but eventually would include the entire country. A time when the foundation of our nation was being challenged. He had seen the nation struggle with people's rights and slavery, struggling with the social responsibility versus the legal obligations set forth in the Constitution. Lincoln realized that it was the responsibility of every American to look deep inside oneself to find a reasonable and responsible answer. At a time when the country was divided, Lincoln understood his responsibility to the nation, to be the leader of that divided country. He understood that most important task was to unite the country as one unit.
Here at Lincoln Community School, we learn to life value of responsibility. We learn to be responsible not only for ourselves, but also for our families, friends, teachers, and community. Every morning, parents hand over their most precious gifts, us. Our teachers confidently take us by the hand, knowing they have the greatest responsibility in the world to educate America's future.
The ABCs of brotherhood. B is for brotherhood at Lincoln School. R is all races, white, black, and yellow, all learning together. L is the opportunity to make new friends in school. T is for teamwork between students and teachers. H is for humor, it's fun to share a laugh. E is for education, which helps us understand each other. H is respect, for Christians, Jews, Muslims, and all religions. H is helpfulness to those in need. O is for outlook, make the best of each day. O is for the other person's feelings, think of them. D is for the differences that make us all special.
Lincoln looked at the African Americans' plight as one of justice. As early as 1846, Lincoln was speaking out because of the expansion of slavery into the new territories that was around for war, treaty, and purchase. He did not believe that it was fair that in a free society, one man should be beholden to another. In a speech in New Haven, Lincoln stated that a black man is entitled to live and which can better his condition. We may look forward to be a hired laborer this year, and next work for himself. Afterwards, and finally, to hire men to work for him. Lincoln took a stance that was unpopular by many in both North and South, but he felt that all men had the right to be their own man, to be free.
Sport and school activities at our community school encourages all students to participate with a sense of fairness. We all encourage each other when we are losing as well as when we are winning. It's always easier to win, but much harder to lose. As athletes, we learn to shake the hands of our opponents to show sportsmanship, whether we win or lose. At Lincoln Community School, our coaches have instilled in all of us the value of not only playing by the rules, but to also play fair.
be destroyed. At his first inauguration, Lincoln pointed out that those who wanted civil war were about to lead the nation into a period of strife, and that we are not enemies but friends. Lincoln tried to show that we all have differences of opinions, and that by showing respect for one another, we as people can overcome any adversity. Understanding and compassion would be difficult to achieve as emotions were riding high. However, in 1863, following the Battle of Gettysburg, Lincoln in his Gettysburg Address again reflected on his commitment to respect as a way to begin the healing process for when the war will be over.
At Lincoln Community School, we pride ourselves on the dedication of respect as a daily endeavor, an endeavor that allows us to not only receive respect, but also give respect. As we go through our school year, we learn that in order to receive respect, we must earn it from the people around us. The students of Lincoln Community School work daily towards applying those lessons at home, school, and their everyday life.
Abraham Lincoln faced the United States had changed dramatically from 1800 to 1860. The country now stretched to the Pacific Ocean, and more immigrants were coming to our shores for the same reason that so many had come before: opportunity and freedom. Our country was becoming more diverse, and the face of the country was changing daily. Many new immigrants would come to our country with their language, culture, foods, and traditions. Was America ready for these changes? Lincoln believed we were then, and we are now. Our Lincoln community family is a diverse family of people from all around the world. A community that is open and welcoming to every newcomer. We share not only each other's present and past, but we also look forward to a future that includes everyone. We're a Lincoln Community School, and the Lincoln legacy continues.
Hello. At TSA, we know many of you often wonder why we have so many rules. Rules that seem to slow down the security process just when you're in a hurry to get to your plane. So we'd like to explain the very important reasons why we do what we do.
Like this one. Why do I have to show a photo ID? Identity matters. It's critical to make sure those boarding the plane with you are really who they say they are. Our officers are specially trained and equipped with black lights and magnifying loops to ensure your ID and boarding pass are valid.
To speed the process, your ID should already be in hand before you get to the front of the line.
It helps to have your boarding pass out of its paper jacket, too. At TSA, your safety is our priority. Learn more at www.tsa.gov.
Fellow citizens, we cannot escape history. That is what he said. That is what Abraham Lincoln said. Fellow citizens, we cannot escape history. We of this Congress and this administration will be remembered in spite of ourselves. No personal significance or insignificance can spare us one or another of us. The fiery trial through which we pass will light us down in honor or dishonor to the latest generation. We, even we here, hold the power and bear the responsibility.
He was born in Kentucky, raised in Indiana, and lived in Illinois. And this is what he said. This is what Abe Lincoln said. The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. The occasion is piled high with difficulty. We must rise with the occasion. As our case is new, so we must think anew and act anew. We must disenthrall ourselves, then we will save our country.
struggle between two principles, right and wrong, throughout the world. It is the same spirit that says, you toil and work and earn bread, and I'll eat it, no matter in what shape it comes, whether from the mouth of a king who seeks to bestride the people of his own nation and live by the fruit of their labor, or from one race of men as an apology for enslaving another race. It is the same tyrannical principle.
Lincoln was a quiet man. Abraham Lincoln was a quiet and melancholy man. But when he spoke about democracy, this is what he said. He said, as I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my belief in democracy. Whatever differs from this, to the extent of the differences, is no democracy.
Good morning to everyone. I just said to Abraham Lincoln, it was certainly an honor to shake the hands of a real president. What do you think, boys and girls, right? Let's clap for this wonderful Mayor Smith, honored guests, school officials, parents, students, teachers, Dr. Degnan. Oh, I just can't begin to tell you how wonderful I feel inside, how proud I am of each and every one of you, whatever your part was in this fantastic presentation. Boys and girls, you will have this in your memory for the rest of your life. And every time somebody mentions Abraham Lincoln, you're going to think about this program, because this program was dynamic and certainly made an impression on me and helped me with my history skills, and I know it did the same thing for you. Abraham Lincoln, all the wonderful things we heard about him on the stage, but you know what impressed me more about Abraham Lincoln than anything else? He was a decision maker. He was one who believed in so many good things. And there are a lot of people in this world that believe in good things. But there aren't so many people in this world that will take action, that will stand up and be counted and make a difference in the lives of so many. So going to Lincoln School, you have certainly a legacy that you can be very, very proud of, and somebody certainly to emulate and to follow and remember all the great things that you did. And as far as our birthday is concerned, 90 years. I was not here 90 years ago. I want to get the record straight. But I was here many, many years ago, and I started here as a kindergarten teacher. This is the first school that I was in. And Lincoln School has always been a special place in my heart, not only to me, but to so many people. I saw our gentleman that did the pledge to the flag, Mr. Campbell. I was his dad's kindergarten teacher. It's a long time ago. So the history and the family of Lincoln School goes on and on, because there are families here that I taught, and there are children of their children that are still here. So Lincoln is a great place. You talked about the Lincoln School Bridge, and that was a commitment that was by all the teachers and all the students. So let me just elaborate a minute on what we did. We had a problem. We had a bridge that was very rickety and very, very dangerous. And I had a little boy in my class, his name was Jamie. And at that time, boys and girls, everybody went home for lunch. Nobody stayed in school for lunch. Jamie would come back after school, he would run across the bridge. And he'd come in, and he was almost out of breath. I said, Jamie, what's the matter? He said, I'm afraid of the bridge. He said, because when those big trucks go across, I'm afraid the bridge is going to fall down. So we had a little committee together. I met with Mayor Collins at the time, and he said, I'm trying hard to get that bridge, but nobody seems to listen to me. I said, Mayor, can Lincoln School help you? He said, sure, what are you going to do? I went to Joan Rosen. She did a song, Lincoln Bridge is Falling Down. We tape recorded it. We made copies of tapes. We had every child in the school write a letter. We sent the letters, not all at once, because that would only be one package to the legislators. We sent the tape and the letters every day, 10 at a time, 10 at a time, 10 at a time. We canvassed the entire area down here, and we got the signature of every single person that lived in this area. Everybody, teachers, parents, and kids. And that's what the team action is. We went down to Trenton with the mayor. He let me speak, and the legislators felt very, very, I would say at that point, guilty, that they had ignored what was going on here in Bayonne. So lo and behold, that's why you have that Lincoln School Bridge. Our Learn Not to Burn program, which is a district program, started here in 1975, again, with the support of everyone that was here. And it was a similar program because it was integrated with music and art in all the subjects, just the way this was all integrated today with social studies. The boom activity that we had here, that was another famous thing that happened here at Lincoln School. So the legacy and history goes on, and there's so many new current projects that everyone is involved with. Because boys and girls, you will know, this is a school where family is important. This is a school where respect is important. There is always this exchange of mutual respect. If teachers and staff give it to children, they will get it back from children. If children give it to teachers and staff, they will get it back also. So this is a wonderful, wonderful day. And I know how many people were involved in this. It just goes on and on and on. And I certainly cannot single out. But the person that I have to single out, certainly, is our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful principal, Dr. Degnan. On behalf of the members of the Board of Education and Central Office, commendations and praise are extended to Principal Dennis Degnan, faculty, staff, parents, students of Lincoln School for the 90th anniversary and the fantastic 200th celebration. And we're going to put this on Ben TV so that everybody in the community will have the opportunity to see what was created here at Lincoln School. So upon the subject of education, I can only say that I view it as the most important subject which we as people may be engaged in. Abraham Lincoln. To you, Dr. Degnan. I would just like to add one other comment. You all know that we have a new president. And I am so happy, I am so pleased that our new president is pro-education. He knows what education means. Because if we don't have good education, there is nothing that our country is going to build on. So it's important, and what he has done for us, I am so happy, because he's giving us the resources to make sure that we're able to continue the education. Governor Corzine is also a pro-education governor. He told me himself that with the exception of safety and security for the state of New Jersey, education comes first. So I thank both gentlemen for looking out for us, because you know we need people to look out for us and to continue the great programs and the wonderful legacy and heritage that the Bayonne Board of Education has. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ian. Today we also have a few distinguished guests who would like to come up and say a few words. First, I'd like to introduce representing Senator Menendez, Mr. Neil Gremlitz.
Honored guests, students, and everybody else who, of course, is in the audience, perhaps members of the community. It's a pleasure to be here today. I would first like to thank Dr. Degnan and Mrs. Westby for extending an invitation to Senator Menendez, who is in Washington, D.C. I know very well he would truly have enjoyed being here today for the celebration. I have the privilege to read and present the proclamation for Lincoln School on his behalf. Whereas Lincoln Community School will celebrate 90 years of providing educational excellence to the community of Bayonne, New Jersey, and will honor the 200th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln on Thursday, February 12, 2009. And whereas Lincoln Community School, founded in 1990 and named after the 16th President of the United States, commemorating his remarkable significance to our country's history that includes his successful leadership through great internal crisis, as well as a commitment to social justice and equal rights as an outspoken opponent of the expansion of slavery. And whereas Lincoln Community School is committed to providing an all-inclusive education environment for its students from pre-kindergarten to grade 8, serving a diverse student population with a myriad of needs that encourages them to reach their highest potential. And whereas Lincoln Community School organizes numerous co-curricular activities that promote student awareness, involvement, understanding, and appreciation of various cultures and social issues, including multicultural presentations, guest speakers, musical productions, and water safety courses. And whereas Lincoln Community School has established excellent initiative for its students, such as Technology for Children and the Learn Not to Burn program, as well as outstanding facilities, such as the Lincoln Community Pool that was dedicated on December 12, 1980. And whereas Lincoln Community School continues to prosper under the leadership of Principal Dennis Stegman, who shares the Bayonne Board of Education's long dedication to advancing the importance of education throughout the Bayonne community. Therefore, in presenting this proclamation to Lincoln Community School, I, Robert Menendez, on behalf of the people of the state of New Jersey, commend Lincoln Community School for its 90 years of serving the Bayonne community and join the staff and student body to celebrate the 200th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Signed and dated, Robert Menendez, February 12, 2009.
Thank you, Mr. Granowitz, and please thank Senator Menendez. Next, we would like to invite up Mr. Anthony Giacomo, Assemblyman and Councilman at Large.
Mayor Smith, Councilman Lebecki, honored guests, Superintendent McGee, teachers, parents, staff. I'm awestruck today, coming into the lobby to begin with, to see the work that was done in the presentation, the preparation, and to see the children perform as they did. I have to say that this is probably the best Lincoln observance that I've ever seen as a student, as a parent, or as a council and elected official. So I think you all deserve a nice round of applause for the great work that you did. I have a proclamation on behalf of the state of New Jersey, myself and Senator Cunningham. I won't read the proclamation, but I want to let you know that we're supportive of all the activity that you do here. You do a great job, and Principal Degnan, outstanding. Really, it's appreciated, not only as an elected official, but as a parent, as a council member of the city. So really terrific job that's done by one and all, and I'm proud and just grateful I had the opportunity to be here in the presence of so much talent. So I thank you for your preparation and your presentation, and it's an honor to be here in two respects: to honor a president that we all respect, and many of us, he's our favorite president, and a school that does outstanding work in his name. So once again, I thank you, and President Lincoln, honored to be in your presence as well. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite up Phyllis Garlick for freeholder Doreen nominee.
And Doreen, if I would please kindly give this to our principal, Degnan. It is a proclamation from the Board of Chosen Freeholders. But I must tell you that both Doreen and I, as former Board of Education members, can tell you the difference between a school that's a building and a school that's a school. The difference is this: when you walk into the door of Lincoln, there is a heartbeat. And what is that heartbeat? The heartbeat is the community. It is the caring parent. It is the master teacher, of which there are so many in this building. It is this beautiful student body, extremely well behaved. A magnificent day that I will never forget. And then it is, of course, the central administration, the superintendent, the assistant superintendents, the directors. And there is that one special person, the educational leader of our city, of our school, and that is Dr. Dennis Degnan. He is, let's be honest, fabulous. Why? Because this school on its 90th birthday. So, Dr. Degnan, I say happy birthday, Abe, and happy birthday, Lincoln. Thank you for having me.
Next, I'd like to invite up the Honorable Mayor, Mr. Mark Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, Superintendent, boys and girls, thank you for this opportunity to be here this morning. The last 2 days, I spent in Washington, D.C., meeting with our senators, meeting with our representatives in Congress, and talking about educational issues, and talking about bringing money back to Bayonne. And so, Superintendent, your voice is being heard by Washington. I carried that message there myself. On our first night there, after dinner, I jumped in the car and I took a ride. Boys and girls, do we know what building this is? The Lincoln Memorial. Very good. And on my first night there, we jumped in the car, we took a ride, and it was very crowded. It was a beautiful evening, it was crisp, it was a magnificent evening, and it was very, very crowded, loud, and hustle and bustle. And we climbed the stairs, and when we got inside, suddenly it was very, very quiet. And people were in there and contemplating and thinking about how important this president was to our nation, and it gave me the opportunity to do the same thing. And I recognized and I realized how important President Lincoln was to me and to our nation. And when you think about it, some 200 years later, we have a new president in the White House, President Obama. Both of these gentlemen shared one thing. Both from very humble, meager beginnings. They didn't have much, but they shared a common belief in one thing, that through a strong education, there isn't anything you cannot accomplish. And if nothing else, boys and girls, that's the message you have to remember. Work hard. The production you put on today and the work and effort you put into that, carry that into everything you do. Because that's how you're going to reach successes. That's how you're going to reach your goals. Through hard work, through putting the effort in, and through a great education. And I know, after seeing this production here today, I am so confident, and I know that from Dr. McGeehan to Dr. Degnan, to the faculty, to the staff, and down to you, Bayonne is getting a great education, and you boys and girls are the living proof of that. And I want to thank you for one other thing you did for me this morning. You gave me the opportunity to think back and remember important lessons about diversity, and embracing each other, about respect for each other. And so we're going to give a proclamation to Dr. Degnan, and you know what? This will wind up in his closet somewhere with dust, and it'll be forgotten about. But what should never be forgotten about are the lessons you're learning here. Because this is your educational foundation. This is your first step to great successes. So you did a great job. I want to thank each and every one of you boys and girls. Tremendous, tremendous production. And I can't wait to see this on Ben TV. And I know each and every one of our citizens in Bayonne, they are just going to love it. So thank you all, boys and girls. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mayor Smith. And I'd like to invite up Second Ward Councilman, Mr. Kolecki.
Mayor Smith, Dr. McGeehan, honored guest students. When I got the invitation to come here, it was they said, "You want to come to a birthday party?" And I have a birthday next week, so I thought this was for me. I guess they think it's a little more important than I am. I have the privilege of presenting these two citations, one for 90 years of excellence at Lincoln School and the 200th birthday of Abe Lincoln. It was referred to that Lincoln School is on the right side of the tracks. I like to refer to it as on the fashionable east side. I enjoyed the festivities today so much. Councilman Chief should have been up here with me to our representing the City Council. I want to thank you for inviting me here. I look forward to the 100th birthday. I'll be in my 8th term at that time, so I want to thank you again. Abe, I have one for you, and Principal.
Once again, I'd like to thank all the students today and all of our distinguished guests. And now I'd like to invite up the Lincoln School cheerleaders.
Cheer for the best! Go, go, LCS! Come on!
only other student in Lincoln Schools whose birthday it is today is Miss Allison Kozakowski. So everyone, please help me to sing happy birthday to myself and to Allison. I understand that Superintendent McGeehan has a special word for the students today for all of your hard work.
Thank you, President Lincoln. I'm honored that I can be the concluding messenger of this wonderful, wonderful festivity. So I want you to know, boys and girls, and everybody listening, thank you very much, that I conferred with Mr. Craig and Dr. Degnan and all the directors that are here, and Mayor Smith and our assemblymen and our councilmen and all the representatives of Congressman Senator Menendez and Doreen DiDomenico, and we all decided, since you were so very special, we know that a birthday party always deserves a gift, correct? So your gift tonight, boys and girls, no homework.
Boys and girls. Okay, before we move upstairs, so the dignitaries and I will go upstairs for refreshments. We have one announcement to make, that this year our Teacher of the Year is Miss Patricia Fiore. We're going to have Fiore come up. I'd like to thank the Bicentennial Committee. It wasn't just one, it was everybody. I don't want to single out. We appreciate all the efforts. It wasn't just, it was from teachers and the students, and I appreciate all their efforts. At this time, I'm going to ask the dignitaries if they wouldn't mind going up to the library for some refreshments. I would appreciate it. Boys and girls, remain seated until we can get you to move to your classrooms. Thank you again.